Welcome to Oceanside, California, home to the Super Girl Pro and its 15th year of hosting the very best in women's surfing. This is the only all-female action sport, esport, and lifestyle event in the world.
The waves are looking delicious today.
This is the largest women's event in the world for surfing and music. It is pretty much girl power extraordinaire. It's all about lifting up women.
The Super Girl is just really like a feel-good event, and it's a really inviting event for everybody. Not only that, it's like the biggest female sporting event in the world, so that's just super rad, and it's right here in Southern California.
This event, Super Girl, is my favorite event just because if you look around, there's so many kids running around. There's like everyone just so stoked to be here. There's so much women empowerment, which is huge, and yeah, it's just an overall really fun event.
I just love the vibe around it. Oceanside's a really fun wave, and the best part is it's an all-girls event, so it's really special to have an event dedicated to all women.
Super Girl is all about empowering women to be the best versions of themselves, both in and out of the water.
I feel like everyone here is a Super Girl. They're all so inspirational, and I feel like we're all just pushing each other to do our best and inspire the younger girls.
Supergirl's always been an event where like some of my heroes have surfed in it, like Carissa Moore and Stephanie Gilmore, and even like Bethany Hamilton and stuff. So I've kind of always watched it as a little girl, and it's crazy now to like be in it. So yeah, it's super cool.
5 years ago probably was my first time watching it, and yeah, I just really wanted to be here when I was older, and now I'm here, and it's really cool.
Fans flocked in from all around to enjoy top-tier professional surfing, as well as all the festivities there were to offer. In addition to the plethora of food and drink choices, attendees enjoyed seminars, classes, concerts, and esports. At Supergirl, there's something for everyone.
Supergirl just continues to push the level of not only women surfing, but the level of people's minds that, oh wow, like this is a women's event, the surfing's really good in it. I don't know, like anything can happen with Supergirl, honestly.
The competitors, we're all here, we're all hungry, we all want to win, we all want to be that Supergirl, and the best of the best is gonna meet at the top.
This year featured 96 surfers all fighting for the coveted Supergirl cape. Over the course of 3 days, the ladies battled it out in the water. This year's lineup featured seasoned veterans as well as up-and-coming young pros looking to make a name for themselves. We caught up with last year's winner and Olympian Caroline Marks to ask her if she feels any pressure to repeat.
I don't really feel any extra pressure. I'm just stoked to be here and surfing heats, and my goal is to go back to back, and I'm just trying to focus on every heat and surf the best I can and just kind of enjoy my time here at Oceanside.
Next, we sat down with Alyssa Spencer, winner from the Supergirl event in Jacksonville, Florida, to ask her the same question.
It does add like a little bit of pressure coming in as past champion of last year, but at the same time it's really exciting, and I think I'm just excited to be back here and be competing with all the girls again and just give it my best shot, and if that comes out to another win, I'm going to be stoked, but even if it's just making a couple of heats and showing my best surfing, I'm really happy with that too, so yeah.
Winning Supergirl out of all the other events would be like, oh my gosh, the fact that Supergirl, you have so many amazing names in the draw, and it's such a huge event that people look at, oh my gosh, you're a Supergirl.
I want to win it. I don't want anyone else to.
It'd be amazing if I won the Cape. So many iconic and amazing women have won the Cape. Carissa, Caroline, Tati, Sage. It'd be amazing to be on that list.
Caroline Marks, she's always up there on the top with the best girl surfers in the world. And then Erin Brooks, she's been coming up the ranks and she's been pushing the progression of women's surfing, so it's really cool to see, and I feel like she could be an underdog or a dark horse to come out and win this event.
Every girl wants to take home the cape, and we're all gonna push each other There's going to be some battles, and it would mean a lot because this event has so much history. A lot of amazing girls have won, and it would be great.
When we return, the competition heats up as we'll break down highlights from the round of 32. The Nissan Super Girl Surf Pro powered by Celsius is being brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com. By Celsius Essential Energy, the official energy drink of the Supergirl Surf Pro series. To learn more, visit www.celsius.com. By the U.S. Air Force, full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform, join us. And by Jolyn, the official swimwear sponsor of the Supergirl Surf Pro and the unofficial sponsor of active girls everywhere.
The classic Hollywood story. We meet the hero, the Nissan Frontier. Hero faces seemingly impossible challenge. Tension builds. The plot twist. The hero prevails. In Hollywood, this would be the end. But out here, we're just getting started.
The 2023 Nissan Frontier.
Not very many Latina women go in the military as an officer, but I always had that desire to serve my country, and that is why I chose Air Force. The advice I would give to somebody who doesn't think that they could be an aviator, you can. You just have to decide to take another step forward, and then another one, and then another one, and then it gets easier. Don't underestimate yourself. You did this, and you could do more.
Welcome back to the 2022 Nissan Super Girl Surf Pro, powered by Celsius. On day 2, the field of 96 had whittled down to just 32. In this round, 4 surfers compete in each heat with the top 2 advancing. Heat 1 featured some of the best surfing yet with Alyssa Spencer, Leilani McGonigal, and Izzy Gomez all turning in big scores. Up-and-comer Erin Brooks made her presence felt, proving why, at just 14 years old, she might be the future of surfing.
I'm really excited to watch Erin Brooks, and I think she's the best female surfer in the world, and she already is like outperforming most surfers, so it's pretty rad.
My long-term goals are to make the Challenger Series, go on tour, make the Olympics, and hopefully compete for world titles and gold medals.
The round of 32 kicked off with Alyssa Spencer working an 8.16 here to give her the lead with Leilani McGonigal and Erin Brooks close behind.
Oh, look at that, Alyssa. God, it's such a powerful turn.
Alyssa Spencer just doing such beautiful, powerful turns.
With just over 5 minutes remaining, Leilani looked to punch her ticket to the next round with this wave.
That was a nice vertical snap. That board was straight up and down. Working away to the inside, it looks like another opportunity is going to be. Oh,
nice.
2 back-to-back beautiful little snaps.
That score would move Leilani into second place ahead of Erin Brooks, who would try to answer back on this wave.
Erin Brooks from Hawaii, she's got some youth and some skill right there, just coming unstuck there for a bit.
Erin almost stuck that last maneuver, but wasn't able to land it, giving Alyssa and Leilani a pass to the round of 16.
It was so awesome coming down here as a little girl and watching all of my idols surf. I thought it was amazing, and it's so cool to be surfing in this now and seeing all the younger generation of girls down there going up to us asking for autographs. It's just a matter of time before they're standing here with us too.
The round of 32 continued with crowd favorites Tia Blanco and Caroline Marks putting on a show for all in attendance. Tia totaled a 2-wave score of 11.26, good enough for second place in the heat and a pass to the next round. Caroline Marks set a heat best 6.67 on this wave, to give her first place with a total of 11.94. In Heat 5, Bella Kenworthy combined a 4.83 with a 4.77 to total 9.6 and advance. While Betty Lou Johnson's snap 360 maneuver here took home the highest score of the heat.
What a wave for Betty Lou. How did you pull that one off?
Well, I already had like 2 average scores, so I was like, oh, why not try something different? And yeah, all went through, and yeah, super happy to make that. It was actually, I think, maybe one of my first backside ones I've ever made in a contest, so yeah, stoked.
Heat 6 saw one of the top U.S. surfers, Zoe Benedetto, advance with a high score of 7.1 on this wave.
So that gave her a 7.1.
While Japanese-born Anna Matsuoka would take first in the same heat with a high of 7.33. Veteran Sage Erickson and the young Sawyer Lindblad advanced in their heat. Sawyer's 12.93 and Sage's 11.47 were enough to advance over surf legend Bethany Hamilton.
This was Bethany, late takeoff. Bang! Look at that,
man,
big
look at that.
forehand re-entry.
When we were paddling out, I'm like, oh wow, this is a stacked heat. Sage and Bethany and Ella too, they're all super good surfers.
The final heat of the day just might have been the best as fans were treated to a dramatic finish. Luana Silva dropped in on the last wave, crushing a score of 7.5 as time expired, giving her enough to jump into first place and advance to the next round. The stage is now set for the round of 16, 8 matchups, single elimination style. With some big names in the mix, the competition is starting to heat up. A core value of Supergirl is mentorship and seeding the next generation of female surfers. The event teamed up with 5-time world champ Carissa Moore on a program for 24 lucky young women who got to spend the day with the Olympic gold medalist. Before we jump into the round of 16, let's take a sneak peek into the More Aloha Supergirl Mentorship Program.
Today we ran our 2nd annual More Aloha and Supergirl event here at Oceanside, California, and it was insane. It was all about living authentically, being fearless, and leading with love. And the activities throughout the day were centered around these core values and pillars of More Aloha. We did lei making, we did hula, we did a fun tag team event that included surfing, relay races, and beach flags, and it was all about creating friendships, learning and loving on each other, lifting each other up, and just having an awesome, positive experience.
Honestly, like Carissa said, I think like positive thoughts for sure will help you boost your confidence and just know that you can do anything.
All of us, each and every one of us, has that person that believes in us more than we believe in ourselves sometimes. Whether that's a parent, whether that's a friend, whether that's a teacher. Find that person, hold them close, because those are going to be the people that champion you when things get tough. So I have been a Supergirl myself for over 10 years. To partner with Supergirl and have a partnership that so perfectly aligns with our core values of empowering women and giving women a platform to really shine. And I just want to give back to the next generation what the Supergirl has given to me. More Aloha!
Coming up, the competition stiffens as the round of 16 begins. But first, professional surfer, skateboarder, and all-around Supergirl, Bryce Wetstein sends us off with this original.
Today is a day not like the rest. Supergirl, the girls are really the best. And I just lived my dream, surfing of sunscreen, and now I'm here. It means the world, because from the bottom of my heart, you're a Supergirl.
Finals day kicked off with a crowd fit for Supergirl. Crowds flocked to Festival Village, a staple at every Supergirl event. With dozens of sponsor booths around, there was something for everyone. Those looking for something more challenging found the hashtag Goal Stage, where free fitness classes were provided daily for those looking to break a sweat.
All right, are you ready to go?
Some pedaled on the ground and some took to the skies as the Air Force brought in one of its high-tech flight simulators. Festival Village was also home to shopping experiences, free concerts, and more. It takes great partnerships and sponsors to bring all this together, and one of those is the title sponsor, Nissan.
We're excited to be back as a title sponsor of Super Girl Surf Pro for our 5th year in a row. Every year when I come back, I love seeing the athletes engage with the young women as they come out of the water. All of the athletes that are competing today are Super Girls, not only for what they do in the water, but more importantly for what they do for their communities out of the water and the inspiration they give to the next generation of young women.
It's so important for us to be able to connect with athletes. We have a massive pillar when it comes to sports sponsorship, but also diversity and inclusion is incredibly important for us as a company. And partnering with this type of event where you have so many fans, you have so many amazing athletes, but we're also able to really reinforce the empowering women and empowering athletes. And we have the leadership panels, we have great music, we have a lot of vehicles that are here.
The round of 16 began with 3 prior champs looking to make another run at this year's Cape in head-to-head heats.
First heat in the water in the red is Alyssa Spencer, who is coming off record 7 wins of events over there on the East Coast. And Kylie Pulcini, one of the new young up-and-comers who has been a revelation.
Kylie Pulcini impressed and jumped out in front with this wave, but it didn't hold as Alyssa came back and took the lead for good.
It's definitely pretty tricky out there. There's a lot of sets that we're closing out, so it's hard to find a good wave with like an open face, but I managed to find 2, but it was definitely a really tricky heat.
Heat 2 saw Moana Wong take on Leilani McGonigal, who managed to grab an early lead and hold on to it.
Our heat leader using her priority there to keep Moana off and making the most of this wave. Now this wave will steepen up on the inside and a strong finish. Can she ride out? Yes, she does. And Moana is up and riding.
On her forehand, big hack on the top. Gonna take a nice little foam climb and push her way to the inside section, see if she can find anything else on this ride. But Leilani, the Costa Rican, is gonna move on to the next round. Congratulations.
How is it out there?
It's fun. There's a few waves. I think it's getting better, so I think the rest of the heats today should be pretty fun to watch.
The third heat featured a matchup between old friends Tia Blanco and Chelsea Tua.
Both surfers looking at this wave, but it's gonna be Chelsea in red on her backhand, heading towards the pier, and a second turn, pushing her way through the inside, found some power, and she definitely does, throwing the fins, and another turn all the way through to the pier. That's going to be a great wave to start off this heat for her.
And Tia's going to have a look at this one. Is it going to open up for her?
On her forehand, big turn off the top, throwing buckets, trying to hold on, and she does.
Tia's big hack off this wave wouldn't be enough as Chelsea would hang on in advance.
Oh yes, me and Tia just had a little chat before the heat, and we're like, oh, we met here 10 years ago. We were training with Mike, our coach. We were sharing a coach and had the best time. We've been friends ever since. So we gave each other a smile, a wave, a good luck, and knew that it was going to be a fun heat no matter what.
Heat 4 featured another big matchup between last year's champion Caroline Marks and Kohai Fierro. Caroline ripped through this wave, earning a 7.23 from the judges. That score would help add to her heat total of 14.26, which would be enough to advance to the quarterfinals. Heat 5 started next, featuring 2 top young talents, Betty Lou Sakura Johnson and Zoe Benedetto.
She's looking for a 5.25, and Zoe used a priority. Frontside slash up and lip, coming down with a smile.
Zoe came out fighting and established an early lead. Betty Lou kept battling up until the very last second, ending up with a final score of 10.06. It wouldn't be enough to top Zoe though, as she moved on to the next round.
Yeah, Betty's an amazing person, an amazing competitor, and I know whenever I get in a heat with her that it's going to be a hard heat, and I have to try and surf my best. So the heats are always fun. I know she's going to push my surfing.
Bella Kenworthy jumped out to a big early lead in Heat 6 as she took advantage of this wave with a huge turn off the top.
But Blue Bella Kenworthy, she's racing towards you folks on the pier. She's got one big opportunity right there. Heaps of water chucked out in the back, 8.0.
That high score would be enough to punch her ticket to the quarterfinals. Sawyer Lindblad and Autumn Hayes were next in the water for heat number 7. Sawyer Lindblad would score a huge wave here to put herself in first place.
Always a fierce competitor and one to watch here at Super Girl Pro.
Autumn put up a big effort but couldn't quite catch the right wave, securing the advance for Sawyer.
I was really happy to get all my waves at the beginning of the heat and then kind of just waited to better my score, and yeah, I'm really happy I made it through.
The last quarterfinal matchup would be decided by this heat, pitting Luana Silva against Sage Erickson.
But Luana, huge hack, found the section for the powerful punch there, throwing buckets and still pushing her way to the inside.
And both surfers taking off, and on the left it's Sage Erickson, on the right it's Luana Silva. Big turn for Sage Erickson, she rides out, and a big turn also for Luana Silva on her forehand, who gets a combination.
Luana's skilled showing would earn her a heat total of 11.03 and a pass to the quarterfinals.
How did you beat Sage Erickson, a 2-time champ?
I knew Sage was going to be a super tough and really good competitor, and I'm happy I got that 6, I think, and just kind of backed it up. But hopefully my next heat, there'll be some more waves.
The quarterfinals are up next, but first we asked these Supergirls to tell us what superpower they'd want most.
If I could have one superpower, it would be to fly, so I don't have to go back in an airplane and I could fly around.
Oh, I know what it would be. First of all, I'd love to have glitter, like come from my hands. I don't know why. Just like kind of like the Elsa power.
Probably time travel so that I don't have to fly everywhere and I could just get to the place really quickly.
Teleportation or the capability of reading people's minds. I'm just really intrigued by that. And just, you know, I don't know, I guess that's nosy, but that would be me.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
Everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Welcome back to the Nissan Super Girl Surf Pro, powered by Celsius. Before quarterfinals begin, let's take a look at another championship happening at Supergirl in the esports arena, where 20 top female pros battled it out in the finals of the Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant Championships, where Team Misfits Black earned an impressive victory.
This is Supergirl Gamer Pro. The Surf Pro is happening majorly, actually. It's a big festival, and this specifically is for the Gamer Pro Edition area. We've got Valorant. It's a fantastic weekend of games here. All really thankful that Supergirl Gamer Pro is able to have this happening for us.
So the Super Girl Gamer Pro Summer Championships has been like really amazing. Like we're literally playing a video game tournament on the beach. Like what more could you want? Like women in gaming right now is something that is really like kind of exploding. Events like this and competitions like where we're at is like a really big deal for allowing like women and other marginalized genders to really come up and be on like an equal playing field and be in a space where everyone is comfortable and able to play at their highest like expectation. It's just a really unique experience, and it's really awesome.
While gaming finished up, the surf quarterfinals were just getting started. The first heat featured a big matchup between last year's champion in Jacksonville, Alyssa Spencer, and Leilani McGonigal. Both surfers attacked waves early, splitting a wave that resulted in big scores.
Alyssa Spencer, huge turn, commitment,
McGonigal,
speed, and flow, and McGonigal further down near the pier. So going turn for turn, Alyssa's got a bit more speed on the right, big backhand splash.
Here comes McGonigal near the pier. Boy, that was one of the finest exchanges going north and southbound, and she gets tossed into the pylons. That's going to add up for both of them.
Leilani McGonigal a 5, but Alyssa Spencer a 7.5, a 7.5 ride.
It was a bigger set wave, and I knew it was only going to have one section on it, so I just went really big, and yeah, I ended up pulling the turn, and it ended up being almost an excellent score, so I was stoked.
With time ticking, Leilani answered back.
There you go, Leilani. Look at the compact style she has when she comes through. Like, boom, she just throws it up and rides it out. That is completion, which is key to the judges as well. It's going to help her cause out just a bit.
Alyssa managed one more wave to finish out this great exchange.
Down the beach, she's already got 2 turns, 3 turns, now onto the inside, 4 turns. Huge finishing turn there for Alyssa Spencer. May even increase her lead, so Alyssa Spencer is through once again into the semi-finals.
I'm really excited for this next heat. I think right now maybe Caroline's winning this heat, so I hope that I get to have a rematch against her. I surfed against her last year in the semifinals here and lost to her, so it'd be awesome to get a rematch with her again and hopefully take it out.
Up and riding now, this is Caroline Marks on her backhand. A quick backhand re-entry. Is she going to get anything on the inside? She's pushing through. There is a little bit of a push. Goes for another one. Getting vertical. Now on a forehand. Finding something else. But Chelsea Tuak out the back now. Looks like she's got herself a slightly bigger wave. Nice first turn. And a second. And now the white water coming towards her. Now she redirects onto the right. Getting a combination of turns together here. Clearly not afraid to come up against an Olympian. Chelsea Tuak on fire here.
Caroline Marks up and going down the line. Watch how fast she generates her speed. She's got one face to work with. Oh,
wow.
Super.
Caroline Marks moves into the lead with a 7.33. And she's up and riding on a right-hander on her forehand. Nice sweeping cutback. She's been getting good scores from these right-handers in previous heats. Plenty of speed down here. That's one turn and a second one. This wave now starting to stand up in front of her. Big vertical re-entry. Can she get one more in? She does. Style flow, and she likes it.
What? 28 seconds left. Here goes Marks on her backhand.
She's looking to drop a 4.9. Is a low score now. Nice wrapping. Cut back there. This will stand up in front of her. Can she get one more big turn in on her backhand? Yes, she does. A fantastic exchange there by Caroline and Chelsea Tuak. With 10 seconds to go in this heat, you couldn't wish for a better finish.
Look at this.
That was a super scrappy heat, and I kind of knew Chelsea was going to be a really hard competitor. She's been surfing well all week, and it was a little bit stressful once I got to that 10-minute mark, and I still didn't really have anything, but thankfully I was able to get a wave that let me do one big turn, and I got a 7.3, and then she did a score, then she got a wave, and she just missed out on the score, so it was a really close heat, but I'm super stoked to be going to the semis.
When we return, the last set of quarterfinals gets underway. But before that, we partnered with Joe Lynn to sit down a few of these Supergirls and ask them what makes surfing so special.
I was actually born with a small hand, so I use surfing as a runaway, and it just made me feel whole and empowered, and there's just something so special about touching the water and just feeling Mother Nature's raw energy.
In surfing, you're always going to be chasing something bigger and better, so every surf you have, you're always going to be wanting to improve, and yeah, you can never be perfect at the sport. No one's perfect at the sport.
There's just something about being in the ocean that's so therapeutic, and you know, surfing's kind of like an open canvas. No one can tell you what to do on the wave. You know, you're in complete control of what you do on the wave, so you can draw any line you want, and I think that's really, really special.
Welcome back to Oceanside, California. This year, Celsius helped energize the athletes as well as a crowd with drinks, games, and an autograph session, giving fans a chance to meet their heroes and take home something they'll never forget. Another hallmark of Supergirl is the longboard competition happening on the north side of the pier. We caught up with this year's champion, Rachel Tilley.
I just won the longboard division of the Super Girl Pro, and I'm super stoked. Women's longboarding has been building over the last few years. I grew up coming down to the Supergirl to watch all of my favorite shortboard surfers when I was young, and I think it's something I've always hoped to be able to compete in as a longboarder, so I'm really excited that they've included it now.
Back on the south side of the pier, the next two quarterfinal heats started up with Bella Kenworthy taking on Zoe Benedetto in a battle between these young, regular-footed surfers. Zoe got on the board early with this sequence, but Bella wasn't far behind, finding herself an early wave too. The score remained close until Bella distanced herself here.
This inside section, is she gonna stay going right? She is. Hitting one more section.
Yeah.
Beautifully.
She didn't slow down and soon caught another wave, padding her lead.
Nice little vertical hack. There's one more section possibly available, and she gets it. Heading towards the pier. Is she going to shoot the pier, or is she going to try to go right on that reform? We're going to see here in a minute. She's going to go right. Pumping that little section is going to step up. Oh, she goes left. Oh.
My strategy was just to find waves with face, and there's a lot of closeouts out there, so I was just trying to find ones that I could get a couple turns in on, and I was lucky to get a couple.
Zoe would fire back on this wave, needing an 8.33 but wouldn't quite get there, allowing Bella's two-wave total of 12.5 to win the heat. The last remaining quarterfinal would prove to be one of the most exciting matchups of the tournament. 17-year-old Sawyer Lindblad and 18-year-old Luana Silva put the competition on notice with this exchange. Sawyer caught a wave early and managed a 6.17 right away.
Going on her backhand, able to get the nose of her board up above the lip and still pushing through to the inside section, pumping her way down the line. Looks like she sees a little bit of opportunity there. See if she can finish this one off strong, and it is a little bit of reform section, another slash, and a third, and a fourth. Sawyer Lindblad looking mighty strong.
Luana wasted no time responding with a score of her own. A 5.17 would leave her just 1 point shy of the lead.
Up off the foam. Some good spray there. She will also get the link up into the inside. That first turn maybe not as critical as Sawyer Lindblad's was, but she's got a bit of a bigger wall on the inside. Nice forehand layback slash there. A great first exchange there for Sawyer and for Luana.
Sawyer attacked again, thrashing this wave for a score of 4.7 and a total of 10.87.
Luana Silva now up and riding on a right-hander, looking to answer back. And there is the speed and the flow of a World Tour competitor. Now into the inside section. Really nice cutback as that wave steepens up. It's got another section, and again, little chunky wedge here on the inside. One more turn, finishes strongly. Luana Silva, the score about to come in, a 5.77. So Luana Silva in the lead with a 5.77 and a 5.17. Sawyer has priority. She's got a 6.17, which is the highest wave in this heat so far. Sawyer Lindblad has priority. She uses it. She takes off. Big wall in front of her. Big turn, and she lands it And we'll now be looking for the link up on the inside section as the tide continues to rise. We should start seeing a little bit more, and there she is. She's selected this well, going the right on her backhand now. Big backhand turn, so huge forehand turn and then a big backhand turn there for Sawyer Lindblad. Will it be 4.77?
The scores are coming in. Huge numbers for Sawyer. 7.67. She has turned the heat. Sawyer Lindblad now in first place.
With under a minute to go, Luana made one last push, but a score of 5.93 wouldn't be enough to top Sawyer, giving Sawyer a ticket into the semifinals.
In that heat, I felt like we had the most waves though, all of today. My other heats were pretty slow, but that heat had lots of opportunity.
It's cool, right on. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. Go get some food, some nourishment, and we'll see you into the next round.
Thank you.
Another beloved tradition of Supergirl is the all-female DJ competition, bringing amateur and pros together in a bracket-style challenge. This year featured some of the top DJs from North America, such as DJ Dopamine, DJ Patty Glover, and DJ Jenny Pocket. The DJs competed live on the Supergirl Sound Session stage in front of a packed crowd, with a winner from each round moving on. In the end, only DJ Dopamine was left standing, rocking the crowd and taking home the gold for the second time in 6 years.
Loving my skin means taking care of it, no matter what I'm up against. Summer love for your skin starts with care made for summer.
The classic Hollywood story. We meet the hero, the Nissan Frontier. Hero faces seemingly impossible challenge. Tension builds. The plot twist. The hero prevails. In Hollywood, this would be the end. But out here, we're just getting started.
The 2023 Nissan Frontier.
Loving my skin means taking care of it, no matter what I'm up against. Summer love for your skin starts with care made for summer.
Welcome back to the Nissan Super Girl Surf Pro, powered by Celsius. This year, the surfers weren't the only ones making waves, as hit songs from big artists were heard all throughout the beach. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday featured 15 amazing acts, capping off the surf competition with incredible music. Fans and athletes alike were treated to headline acts, Smash Mouth, Hoobastank, and the Spin Doctors, among countless others. Part surf competition, part music festival. There's truly nothing else like the Supergirl Surf Pro. Back in the water, the first semifinal was underway as two past Supergirl champs battled it out. Olympian Caroline Marks struck first, sticking this wave for an early lead with a 7.67.
Epic technique. I mean, this girl is so full of power in the legs. You can see that back foot just pushing her tail out and has an absolutely beautiful vertical attack, so strong.
There's 14 minutes remaining and Alyssa Spencer has found something further down the peak. It's a nice wedging left-hander. She's got some momentum. Nice first turn. A lot of spray on that one, working through to the inside, keeping that favourite board moving and now rebounding. Can she finish off here? Big backhand re-entry. Strong wave there for Alyssa Spencer. And it's a 6.33 for Alyssa, a 6.33 that moves you into the lead.
But Caroline Marks is going to answer back on her backhand. Big hack off the top. Caroline Marks with another turn. The Team USA Olympic surfer, so much experience, so much knowledge. This is going to be a tough battle.
That wave would be enough to earn her a 5.67 and take back the lead with a 2-wave total of 13.14. With 5 minutes on the clock, Alyssa surfed hard, trying to make the most out of every wave.
So let's see as Alyssa Spencer in red, bottom turn, big vertical attack on her forehand, pushing through to the inside. She's gonna watch this whitewash, see if there's any more scoring potential, but out the back, Caroline Marks taking off on her backhand. Nice size wave, big bottom turn, up to the top, huge vertical attack. Gosh,
wow.
Right?
Wow.
Caroline's backhand is just on fire. I mean, take notes, ladies.
It is a 9-point ride for Caroline Marks. Once again, moves into the final.
Felt like it was going to be a big score. It felt like I timed it nice, which was cool, and it's obviously always nice to hear the crowd. It definitely hypes you up. So I wasn't sure what it was going to be. I'm really bad at judging. I'm really hard on myself, but I'm stoked it was a 9. Yeah, it felt like a nice wave. Yeah, stoked to come out on top.
Supergirl sponsor Jolynn created an incredible line of merchandise at the event. With so much to indulge in at this year's Supergirl, we asked these surfers what their favorite guilty pleasure is. Brought to you by Jolynn.
My guilty pleasure is definitely candy and sweets. I really love hot candy, sour candy, everything. I just like candy.
To be honest, I eat a lot of cookies, a lot of chocolate chip cookies, every second of my life.
I'm really big into reading. I always have a book, and it takes a little bit for me to actually get into a book and really enjoy it. But I have 100 books in my room that I haven't read or I'm trying to read. So my sister knows that, my whole family knows that. So reading is probably one of those.
My guilty pleasure would probably be mochi. I'm a big mochi girl. I love Japanese food, any Japanese food. As me being half Japanese, I love Japanese food.
With one more semifinal to go, a packed beach waited anxiously to find out if Bella Kenworthy or Sawyer Lindblad would advance to the finals.
Red's up and riding. What do we got here? Bella Kenworthy having a go at it. Ooh, leaning back just a skosh, and she's got some energy pushing forward.
Bella took an early lead, thrashing this wave for a quick 4 points. With the finals appearance on the line, every wave offered a huge opportunity, and these two Supergirls left it all out there, even if that meant splitting a wave.
Blue and red going for it, far enough away where it's not an issue. They can both take this wave, no interference. Blue putting it down, red putting it down. Looks like synchronized surfing, as we were just talking about, synchronized swimming, changing directions at the same time.
The split wave resulted in a 5.43 for Sawyer and a 5.93 for Bella, allowing Bella to drop her low score of 0.9 and combine with her previous 4 for a new total of 9.93, giving her the lead with limited time remaining.
Bella Kenworthy taking off on her forehand, big bottom turn, and does get the fins free on that maneuver. So looks like just a one maneuver wave. We'll see if that plays into her top 2 rides. It's going to be
4.17, so it increases it just a skosh, which means Sawyer Lindblad, you now need a 3.67.
With under a minute to go and a shot at the Cape on the line, Sawyer took off on one of the last available waves.
Sawyer Lindblad up and riding, live action, 50 seconds on the clock, pumping her way to the inside section. She's looking for a huge score. She does find a little bit more opportunity on the inside. On her backhand, vertical attack.
Look at that. She needs a 3.67, and look at that. Sawyer Lindblad, 4.7, and took it away from Bella. Sawyer Lindblad, moving on.
It was a really, really slow heat. I don't even think I caught my wave till 10 minutes left, my first good score. And Bella's such a good surfer. We've been competing against each other since we were 8 years old, so it was really fun.
Into the final of the Super Girl Pro. Good luck, go get rested up, and we'll see you in the water in 30 minutes.
Thank you.
After the break, a highly anticipated final showdown between Caroline Marks and Sawyer Lindblad. It all comes down to this, next.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim higher, man.
The Nissan Super Girl Surf Pro powered by Celsius was brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com. By the U.S. Air Force. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. Join us. By Celsius Essential Energy, the official energy drink of the Supergirl Surf Pro series. To learn more, visit www.celsius.com. And by White Claw Hard Seltzer, your open invitation to escape to pure enjoyment, whatever that means for you. Made simple, because fun always is. 3 days, 96 surfers, only one will leave draped in the coveted Supergirl Cape. Veteran Caroline Marks versus Sawyer Lindblad, who's looking to claim her first Cape.
I've always wanted to be here. I mean, I've worked so hard for this, and now I'm here, and it's really cool. Hopefully, go for the win.
To be a Supergirl, it's really special. So to take out the win last year was pretty amazing, and it was a really fun win. And like I said, I always enjoy this contest, but to come out with the win made it that much more special. So on to the finals and trying to defend my Cape.
Caroline Marks, Sawyer Lindblad, what a battle. Both of these ladies have so much experience in the competitive arena.
And we are underway with the final of the Nissan Super Girl Pro.
Sawyer Lindblad on her backhand, 2 big attacks on that face, still pumping her way down the line.
And we'll wait for that score to come in. It's a 5.83 for Sawyer Lindblad.
Looking at this one, red, Caroline Marks on her backhand, big vertical attack, 12 o'clock. Just one hit on that wave. Caroline Marks, it's just gonna be a 1.33 for Caroline. They're both gonna take a look here, but it's gonna be blue.
It's Sawyer.
Sawyer up into the lip.
Big backhand turn on that first, and now working through onto the inside. Sawyer Lindblad, another big hit. 2 good solid turns. So Sawyer Lindblad is going to extend her lead. That first turn was really sharp, and she got a 7.5 on that ride. And so now, this doesn't happen very often, Caroline Marks in a combination situation.
After a break between sets, conditions started to pick back up.
And out the back, it looks like blue taking a look. Sawyer Lindblad ramping up for a big section, throwing the fins free, and she's gonna wrap around to the inside.
Sawyer responded with a 6.83 wave, bringing her total to 14.33 and a 13-point advantage over Caroline.
Caroline Marks up on her feet, on her forehand, big bottom turn, huge hack off the top, throwing buckets of spray. Crowd goes wild as she pumps her way into the inside. The judges have dropped the score for that last ride. Caroline Marks, you have received a 7.17. So we'll see if Caroline can find another wave to give her a 7.17. She's really just trying to drop that backup score of a 1.33, so anything can happen.
Knowing any lead over Caroline isn't safe, Sawyer sought to add on to her lead here. Her score would remain the same though, as a 6.07 on this wave wouldn't be enough to replace her current low of 6.83. Caroline shot out of the back of the very next wave, looking to tighten up the heat.
Caroline Marks out the back. She's gonna try to get a big score to hold on to her title. Couple nice turns off the lip, and you can see Caroline's backhand is just on fire. That one's gonna come in at least to improve her backup score, 3.17. So Caroline does have priority in red, but she's looking for a 7.17 with 5 minutes on the clock.
Pressure continued to build for Caroline as the next opportunity came with just under 2 minutes to go.
And this is what we love to see, it coming right down to the wire. And Sawyer Lindblad using her priority.
Taking off on her backhand, huge snap, throwing buckets, and she is able to get back into the power source and push her way to the inside section on her forehand. Nice turn, great technique, and going for broke on the inside, but out the back, Caroline Marks, big carve, and she holds it. That was a tricky section. It did not look easy right there. Looked like it was almost gonna close out, but Caroline was able to hold on, still up and riding. Caroline Marks fighting for this title. Wow, what a nail biter coming down to the dying seconds here. The judges have made their decision. Caroline Mark's last score, a 6.77. It is not enough to defend her title. We have a new Supergirl Pro champion, Sawyer Lindblad.
Yeah, I started crying. I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, I was really nervous. I did not want to get second again. Well, it feels really amazing. I've always seen the girls winning, and I've always wanted to be there and win one of these Supergirl contests, and I'm really proud to say that I've won.
Break me down, but I know I am.
In addition to placing second out of 96, Caroline also secured the Air Force Take Flight Award for scoring the highest wave of the contest with his 9.0. Congratulations to Sawyer Lindblad, who at just 17 years old is now part of a prestigious line of Supergirls who have won the Cape. A huge win and an inspiration to all girls in this one-of-a-kind event. Hotel accommodations provided by the Mission Pacific Hotel, the official hotel partner of the Supergirl Surf Pro. Escape to a fun, spirited boutique set directly on San Diego's North Shore. A very special thanks to the great partners that supported the event, including the City of Oceanside, Athletes Therapist, Oceanside Longboard Surf Club, the artists, instructors, speakers, and influencers who made the event so special, Carissa Moore and the More Aloha Foundation, and all of the amazing volunteers.